Hey guys, my name is Jim. I'm studying at Full Sail for Game Design, and I want to talk to you a little bit about history with a fictional take to it. See, anytime I think about my favorite advance in technology or electronics, period, I always go back to the transistor. When the transistor was created in 1947 and unveiled in 1948, William Shockley and the other participants that had come up with the design and everything for the transistor decided to solely move their focus to the four-layer diode and leave the transistor alone as it is. Now this caused Robert Noyce and some of his followers to ultimately leave working with Shockley at Shockley Semiconductor and move on so they can progress the transistor, because they knew that was the piece of technology that they wanted to progress upon. They really wanted to, they knew it was revolutionary, and it ultimately led to the invention of micrologic, one of the first microchips, something that we still use today and something we're going to continue to use. Now, my twist is, what if they never left Shockley Semiconductor? What if they decided to listen to everyone around them and do what Shockley wanted to do, which was switch his primary focus onto the four-layer diode? Where would we be today? That really kind of scares me, because it makes me think about the electronics and devices that we use today. Had they switched their focus, their primary focus, onto the four-layer diode, the transistor would not have progressed at the same pace that it did. That means pushing back the electronics and devices and sorts of things that we use today back 5, 10, even 15 years. That means that the company that Robert Noyce and his followers worked for, Fairchild, wouldn't have been created, and also the companies that they spawned, called Fairchildren, wouldn't have been created either. And the reason all this is so significant is because once a transistor was created, it replaced vacuum tubes completely. See, we had computers at that time, but they ran off something called vacuum tubes, they had many problems. They overheated quite a bit, they occupied quite a bit of space, they burn out like light bulbs constantly while the machine was in use. So we had to constantly have technicians come in and yank the tubes out and replace them during the operation of the machine, and they used quite a bit of electricity. So that's why the transistor really replaced that. But I like to think of it as, to make the machines do what we really wanted them to do, just having this basic transistor was not it. We really needed to improve upon that basic design, and that's exactly what happened. But if they never left Shockley Semiconductor, they would have never improved upon at the same pace. So to briefly summarize, the transistor is created. Shockley and his partners at Shockley Semiconductor decide to shift their focus to the four-layer diode. That's not okay with Robert Noyce and some followers. They decide to leave. They start up Fairchild. Had they not left, we would not have the microchip, the integrated circuit. We would not have seen Fairchild as a company. We would not have seen the Fairchildren. And technologies in the electronic industry as a whole, as we know it today, could possibly have changed. We might not see the things that we have today. We'd have some versions of them, but they probably wouldn't be as advanced as they are today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my history with a twist.